What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Buckle in for one heck of a market watch. I've got a lot to talk about, starting with Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack. John, this isn't Ignition Assault. I want to talk about Ignition Assault. It's a core set. This is the 4th or 5th reprint of this set. Well, are Tier 0's pre-sales up? Is the market actually shaped, or do you want me to react to, oh my gosh, $10,000 listings by someone just placeholdering the items? Let's talk turkey on a set that's actually releasing today, and if Tier 0 does get their prices up tonight, they're hoping to, we might have a second video for you guys. This set turned out way nicer than I thought it would. I made fun of it so much at first, but the cards look amazing, and big news, Konami did not short print, at least in the USA, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. The shorts are 3 of Yugi's epic cards, Slifer the Sky Dragon, Palladium Oracle, and Dark Magician, followed by Blue Eyes White Dragon. What an interesting choice for the shorts. Good job, Konami. This is what I want to see from a side set. Make the collectible stuff rise up a little in value for your set and give us what we want for the competitive and collector players. When I look through these stacks, the far left, thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market, actually on this side, smile, is the chonky stack of Blue Eyes Alternatives, and then you see the 4 shorts all together there in the middle. These are 2 cases by Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market. They did open more and assure me that ratios are pretty much the same all the way through, though. That's not 7 Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light, by the way. It's like 70 some odd. But looking through these 2 case pulls, it is freaking nice. You're looking at a Blue Eyes Alternative at about 1 out of every 3 to 4 special editions, and that's why I don't think prices will stay the way they are, but I'm starting to lean towards this isn't a retro pack or Dark Revelations or Dragons of Legend, but long term, depending on how short the run of this product is, and if there's not an unlimited edition, Konami saved the best, nicest looking cards for last, and they could go up collectability wise in the future. Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, though, I think in the immediate term will be going down towards 20, and then maybe even 15 not being shorted at all, because think of it this way. Vendors opening 3 special editions paid $5.5 each, and if they're averaging a Blue Eyes Alternative out of, 3 special editions, well, that means at a cost of $16.50, they're selling this Blue Eyes Alternative for profit, and then everything else is free on top of it. That's ridiculous. They're gonna want to undercut each other, but only to a certain point. And when that happens, well, they're gonna start going towards 20, and then who's gonna dip towards 18 first? We'll see how low this really goes, but the rest, there's not a lot of money in the other cards. You have the promo, the Ultra Blue Eyes, you have Chocolate Magician Girl, a fan favorite, Palladium sitting at 5 right now. How many people are really chasing after this card? Chaos Max looks freaking nice. This may be under evaluated for its highest rarity. Rip having a Ghost Rare version of him like the OCG, and I think this is pretty low for this. I could see this quickly being 5 as a short print. Also, I just want to note real quick, weird that a vendor who is very active and has the constant lowest listings right now, without the card not being shorted, people always say vendors have self-interest in these, but they actually are more interested in making a reputable name in the community so that you know who they are and you're comfortable buying from them. So even to their own detriment, they're putting out these case ratios early and telling you, hey, you might want to actually go try the sealed for yourself. I'm still going to try to make my sale. So if you are using my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra and supporting the channel directly, and you're like, I want to have some of these cards right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market is the lowest lister, giving you guys this information. That being said, my market watch is so freaking thick today. Let's just keep going through things. Hidden City, this is a hilarious snapshot of the market. Look at this. Look at this. It's about the same for a first edition secret rare as a super right now, as the super has max been bought out. I expect some fallout back, but remember that the super is shorted. Well, looks like you're buying secret rares right now if you're after this card and you were slow to get to that argument of control decks are so good this format. I think Altergeist is the better control deck. Don't at me, but we'll see how Guru Control does do this format. Starliege Seifert is going back down, crashing back down in price. The ban list somehow juiced it a little back towards 30, and we see falling already back towards 26. So if you were waiting to get this card, you wanted to play a dragon combo, keep an eye on this. It's actually going down pretty fast right now. Utopia Kaiser got re-bought out for its reprint, Interesting that people are looking at all the Master Rule stuff despite the current format starting to play out. I think this will become, in Yu-Gi-Oh! History, a forgotten format as there's so much hype and anticipation for the new Master Rule, and the buyouts are going to start to continue throughout this heating up era, but it's much cheaper on eBay right now. Always get the best deal for yourself. Trishula Ultimate Rare is seeing a pretty big spike in prices. It didn't get hit on this list. People think they're going to be playing Synchro Hand Loop. I expect some hits in April or late March towards Synchro Looping decks, but you know what? It's your money. I can't tell you how to live. Atlantean Dragoon, speaking of hand looping and decks that go crazy with Mermail Atlanteans, is also on the rise with the tide, $90. Remember, this was actually one of the pulls you could get from the recent charity drive by Konami, so there are more of them floating out on the market, but it's still maintaining a very good price. Those of you that got them at 60 to 50, good freaking job. Atlantean Marksman, towards $40 and almost no copies on market. I remember this being down towards 24 to 26 and being shocked even as low as 20 at one point, but we see Atlantean Mermail hype bringing this back in too. Deep Sea Diva, of course, that's the archetype giving some hype besides the Master Rule. $60 freaking dollars, actually more, 67 towards 70. I feel like this should be falling back out, but I don't know where to till the actual archetype comes out. We see how hype it is, and you do have other holographic versions, although not everybody is a Duelist Saga fan. I just want to point this out with XE spam coming up. Remember the original Nightmare Unicorn? Well, to be fair, this can't go after face down cards, but I feel like this is grossly underestimated versus all the other buyouts. Only $17 to $18. If you're planning on a rank 4 deck, something to consider having for yourself. Necro Valley is up towards 40, baby bumping back up again. A pretty interesting floodgate choice. I don't think Gravekeepers themselves are going to do anything, although during my live streams, people keep asking me what I think of Gravekeepers. How many more times are you going to fusion summon in a turn under the new Master Rule? Calm the heck down. Necro Valley is a cool kind of tech, depending on the format. Yes, it can stop Orcas from banishing from Grave. I don't know exactly what you expect out of this card throughout the actual metagame itself, though. Ptolemaeus ulti is rising. If you expect this to peel off because of Xyz's spam and them hyping the Master Rule, please stop, get some help. Solemn Judgment, Ultimate Rare, Twin Twisters, and Levianeer. These played out very interestingly. Levianeer, I think, is stronger than a lot of people expected, especially with Dragons kind of going down in hype right now. Twin Twisters towards 50, that's pretty darn good, while this is still our OTS pack. And then Solemn Judgment with the Solemn Brigade, sitting towards, you know, 60. People don't necessarily like how this looks. It has some printing errors with the side. People call it a misprint, but then it just doesn't look good. I think Twin Twisters will eventually overtake this OTS pack at some point in time. Looking through, Pot of Desires is going on the up and up for the Ultimate Rare right now, headed towards 70. You're not going to see many more of these. If you've been waiting, you should have had them around the 50 to 55 point. Get them sooner than later. I think we're going to see Pot of Duality Ultimate 2.0, which is resting at like 130 right now. This will be over a $100 card at some point in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. Go ahead and get your copies. Elemental Hero Stratos towards 80. The revolving hero buyouts just don't stop. And how can we talk about Stratos without Darklaw? Well, I have him somewhere. Again, my tabs are so far open that I don't know what I'm clicking on. But Dark Arm Dragon himself towards 190. I can't talk about him without Judgment Dragon. Towards a freaking 125. A lot of people are talking about Lightsworn towards the new Master Rule. It's a mill deck without grass. Please stop it and get some freaking help. Speaking of new formats, Drollin Lockbird is being talked about a lot. Colossus is gone. People want to search their decks. This is good against Spirals. If Spirals are taking over, this will be a hand trap of choice. And you had a chance to get this around $50. I'd wait for it to cool down a little off of its hype. But if Spirals do take off, you could see this go even further beyond. Fossil Dig for the holographic version is hyped up. Dinosaurs are super juiced right now. You have reprints coming. I do like where dinos are headed. It's going to be my deck of choice most likely in April if I don't somehow wave on over to the Mermail Atlantean side. I do think I'll be playing dinos, and boy, it does not look healthy too. hollow them out. Other hand traps that cycle into metagames, Ghost Ogre Ulti is also getting some traction here. Remember that OTS Pack 5 was overprinted in some senses where it replaced OTS Pack 9 in stores, but this is still a really great hand trap in general, and I'm excited to see it play out. But with Dengirsu still being very prevalent, that's what makes Ghost Ogre a bit worse, and I don't think we'll be seeing it evolve into this metagame. I think Droll is more likely. Solemn Strike is way up because of the Solemn Brigade, and also Instant Fusion with talks of Millennium Eyes being your 3 extra called by the Graves. Look, Instant Fusion's pretty good, Millennium Eyes is pretty good, especially with the new Master Rule. I don't think this is going to get banned in all those conversations about it. Solemn Strike, though, I think a lot more people are thinking about playing 9 whole Solemns within their decks, and Strike does some very impressive things. I question the Solemn Brigade. Only Solemn Judgment stops Hey Trunade. How is Spell and Trap removal / things that deal with Spell and Trap removal going to evolve through this format? I think here's my Dark Law. There you go. Of course, it's up towards 150. It's pretty crazy. Swap Frog also headed up. A lot of people talking about totally awesome with Bahamut, but also frogs themselves under the next Master Rule. It's getting hype and traction. Almost $100 card. Boombuku, why are you here? You're headed up for your first editions. Interesting. I feel like I saw Triff playing some decks that involved Boombuku before. I do like the look of it, and then we see the original still very affordable, or not originals, the Mega Pack version, the reprint. So if you want something that's cheap, go ahead and pick yourself up these. They are disappearing off market. If you have interest in this kind of pin, I don't know. Without Kieran, I don't see it, but Magispectors are kind of cool. They're non-targetable, indestructible little creatures, but I'm not feeling it personally. Tell me what you think about it, though, in the comment section down below. And finally, Evil Hero Dusted Gold getting bought out to even greater heights. All the English copies disappearing here. We have one new listing at 125 before it's 150. I can't believe the price point this is at to have received this kind of a buyout. Those are some deep pockets or some panicked buyers, and the market, like I said at the beginning of this, is just at ridiculous places right now. Spend wisely, make your own big brain decisions, but if you're finding a good deal on TCG Player, please use my link in the description down below. It supports the channel directly, and yeah, that's about all the Market Watch from me today. I know it's a little scatterbrained. There's so freaking much to cover, but hopefully you enjoyed some of the news, like Alternative not being short and everything else going on. We'll get to iGas whenever Tier 0 gets to iGas. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And I'll pick that giveaway winner tomorrow. It will replace the pinned comment on the previous Market Watch. And if you haven't entered, go check out yesterday's Market Watch. Thanks for watching.